That's what Tommy and I are trying to do, is make your life better. We're trying to make our show entertaining. It's called Job Talk1, Tommy. And, today there's a new way to find a job. In this fast-paced world of ours, employers, I think, and you know better than I, you were the HR director for Homeland Security, and one of these days I'm going to interview you, so I'm so curious. You had 230,000 people that reported to you. I'm just fascinated. And you had a black credit card. What do they call that?
A black car. Yeah.
Oh, a black car. Yeah, tell me about the black car. We have to talk about that. 10 bodyguards. I mean, you were a big deal. Car, yeah. Bodyguards, the whole bit. And so one of these days I'm just going to interview you for the whole hour. But today we have Workway with us. We have two executives from Workway. We have Susan Deneau and Andrea Moroso. And we're going to get into this new way of working, this new way of finding a job. Look, we're all so busy. And the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, most of us, and really at the end of the day, I'm really a shy guy. I when the microphone comes on, I turn on. But really, I'm shy and introverted most of the time. That's a lie. But
I was going to say that.
I know. I was thinking, what?
Yeah. So this new way of working, Workway, I love what you guys are doing. So Workway does the job of the employer that they don't have time to do.
Absolutely. Right. The beauty of it is that if you are an employer and you're looking to staff up in any area of your company, we can help you. And a lot of times, everybody's so stretched. The business, everybody has their own job to do. And even human resources is heavily impacted on a day-to-day basis. So we take the recruiting piece and remove that and do that job for our clients. So it's a beautiful thing. We do the matches and we help them fill that gap with a qualified candidate.
I love that. You're like a dating service.
Sort of like a dating service. We're working on that right here, right now, right? Behind the scenes.
Aren't they cute? Right? Aren't they cute? Workway. They're the two executives from Workway. Are you guys looking for a job by any chance? You want to get in the radio? You both have great voices.
Thank you. I'm very happy with Workway, but thank you.
What's because your boss is listening.
Or will be.
What's say a time frame that someone comes to you and is looking to be employed? Do you have I know you have some clients and things like that, but is there a wait? How long would it take somebody to actually land that job that you find them qualified for? That's
a really good question. And it varies. The truth of the matter is it varies. It depends on how high demand the skill set is. How flexible you are as a candidate. I have some candidates who can't be to work before 9 o'clock because they have childcare, or they only want to make a certain amount of money, or they don't want to commute. And we get all that, and it doesn't mean we can't find you a job.
But do the employers, Susan, you're really hitting on something. The culture, look, you're old enough to be my daughter. In my day when I was hiring, you showed up from work at 8 o'clock. I never cared, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but I needed people to come to work for the company, and you had to be there at 8. If you had child care issues, it was a different era. Now we actually care. It sounds like the employers care.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And it
doesn't kill the opportunity, right?
It does not.
It's just a matter of fit.
Right, and finding the companies, because it depends on what the companies do. If they're in finance, their job starts at 6:30 in the morning because they're dealing with the East Coast, the bell. And so they are on a different timeline. Other companies, they'll work late into the night, and it's not an issue. It's as long as the work gets out. So it really kind of depends on the method.
Can I work from home at Workway? Can I?
Not at this time.
Right, take their mics off.
I was going to say,
not at this time.
Would you please just offer him a job?
I can't work from home with Workway?
No, not usually. Some of our escrow, our lending people work remotely in higher level lending, but that's in real estate and it's individual.
However, when you go full time with our clients, then there's always that opportunity, because many of our clients do provide for their full-time employees the opportunity to work remote.
I wanted to add something too, Susan,
yes,
to what Susan's saying. I know that you were bringing up, Tom, about how we know how to get people to work, how long it takes. We are often in a situation that we get a high-level candidate, really great background. We will market that person to our clients. We will actually market their background and find a job, have a client introduced to the candidate, and hopefully create a position.
So you find you have a good talent that you want. Yeah,
we market the candidate. We market the
excellent.
talent.
Yeah.
So how would you market, and I'm being serious now, I mean, I'm easy to market. I could get a job probably in an hour. But how would you market, well, maybe 2 hours, but how would you market somebody who was really knowledgeable but quiet, could not project? How do you do that?
It just depends on their role. A lot of people in accounting and finance are quiet, right? So if we're placing someone in accounting, let's say I have a really high-level senior accountant and they're quiet, I just introduce their skill set. I talk about their background, what they've done, what their level of experience is. And the client in that marketplace is looking more for their qualifications. They're not looking for the personality as much as they're looking for the actual expertise.
Here's the great question of the day. How important is college with Workway? So Workway is a company that will hire me, but do I need to have college?
You do not. In general, you do not. It is really driven by the position there and what the client's requirements are. But as Andy had mentioned earlier, sometimes our clients will compensate for the years of experience in the seat as if you had the college expertise, right? Because college, you get the book smart and the commitment, and on the job, you learn the job. So it's kind of a marriage of each. Some companies, and usually you find in the corporate America, the education, the degree is important if they're looking for a promotional track. Because when they get to that senior layer of management, they want a degree.
Correct.
But day to day, we have a lot of positions that don't require education.
I was going to say we're in a large market, a large city, and people tend to look and think that you've got to have a lot of experience, or they're looking for that. What about that recent college graduate who's coming out, doesn't have the experience? Is there hope for them?
Of course. I actually have clients who have asked me to find them new grads, people who are 0 to 2 levels or 2 years level experience. They want to bring them in, train them, and teach them to grow into the company. So we do have those opportunities available as well.
And the nice thing, if you're listening, 298-5487 for the free Jersey Mike's, 2 regular Jersey Mike sandwiches. It'll provide lunch and dinner. Just call in, 298-5487. Lori, answer the phone. Justin's too busy producing this wonderful show called Job Talk1, and our very special guests, the executives from Workway, Susan Deneau and Andrea Moroso. So I'm stuck in this, and Tommy knows this. I've talked about it before. I think, well, I do have kids. If you hang around if you hang around Tommy Cairns for 4 years, you're going to be more prepared to go to work for Workway, I think, than you are going to a general education at a college. I mean, 80% of these kids going to junior college, they don't know where they're going. So could a kid come to Workway and say, look, I have an interest in real estate. I have an interest in accounting. I have an interest in working for a bank. Could a kid do that right now? And could you guys help that young person who's maybe 19 or 20?
I think in certain positions we could. I'm not going to say we could help everyone.
Yeah.
In the accounting finance world, it's tough to place
because they have to have a skill set. I get that.
They
All
have
right.
to.
They have to.
So we could get them in for data entry roles, possibly, or if they have Excel skills.
Or call center.
Or call center, yes. We can help people with customer service roles.
Why don't you call Chevron? Why don't you get Chevron as one of your clients? No, I'm serious. I lost my Chevron card, and their call center was in, I won't mention the country, India. But
I'm glad you didn't mention that.
No, but somebody needs to call Chevron. We've got plenty of people that could go to work for Chevron right here in the United States of America. Please call Chevron.
Totally agree with you.
I'm with Workway. Can I come to Workway for one day? Let me make the call. My God, Chevron.
Is it inappropriate to ask you some of the names of your clients?
Yes, it is. Because we have the competitions.
It is proprietary.
Oh, okay, well, that's what I want to know.
I'd share that with you off the air, though.
Yeah, all right.
We can tell you that we work with some of the largest employers in Los Angeles. I have global organizations that are my clients. We also work with, the business down the street, the law firm down the street.
Right.
So we work with all levels of businesses, all industries actually. As you know, every business needs an HR person, a finance person. So we work with all different industries as well.
I love what Workway is doing, because if you're too busy to look for job, Tommy, you and I have talked about this. A lot of people are so uncomfortable changing jobs that this is really a nice bridge to call you guys, call Workway up, say, look, I'm well employed now, but I think I'm willing to move to Las Vegas. I'm willing to move to Irvine, where you have a nice office. So you have offices.
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
Arizona, Scottsdale.
I'm willing to move to Fort Lauderdale.
Well, and another piece of our business that we didn't
Love
discuss
to work in Fort Lauderdale for Workway.
is the direct hire piece. So let's say that you're currently working, and you had alluded to this earlier, Ron, that you're not happy in the position you're in. We have a direct hire recruiting team, and what that means is if you're currently working, but you have a full-time job, so you really don't have time to check the newspaper or the internet, the job boards. But we have recruiters who are looking for what we call passive job seekers, which means if we had maybe a better location, less of a commute, more money or opportunity for growth, career path, that you might make a move from where you are today. We have direct hire positions where our employers are looking not to hire you on a temp or temp to hire basis, but on a direct hire basis, which means you'd be on their payroll from the very first day.
I love that.
Yes.
And I don't mean to be mean, but I'm so sick and tired of all these online things. I'm not going to mention any company, seriously, but they're boring. These online sites are boring. You call Workway, I'm going to talk to one of you or talk to your
Absolutely.
team or your staff.
Very personal.
Exactly. I
real
love what
person.
you guys are doing. Our very special guest today, Workway, obviously sounds like a plug or commercial. No, I've never even met these ladies before, but I love what Workway is doing. They're live, they're real, they're multi-office, they're right here in our backyard. If you're looking to change careers, if you're disgusted, call Workway.
Then you should have called us yesterday.
If you're disgusted, then Workway has a slogan. It's a better way to work, but their bigger slogan is, we change your life for the better. I love that. I love that slogan.
That may become ours for Job Talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
that-
kidding.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we
like
need to
that
give a
one.
plug for
Yeah, I
our
like
show.
it.
Do
Job
most of the
Talk.
people coming to you are they looking for temp, or are they looking to get that temp to direct?
Well, I think there's a little bit of both, but I would say the majority of people are looking for a full-time opportunity. Most
Yes.
people need to work. I mean, we live in California, right? And so we need to be in a position where we can support ourselves. So a full-time job is the ideal goal.
What's full time today? 20 hours a week? I mean,
No.
no,
30 or
no.
more.
But Tommy and I were doing some
Right.
research a couple of months ago on the show. You're listening to Job Talk 1. I'm the coach. Tommy Karen's the coach. Most people work. What was the research? 3 hours a day.
We were thinking it was around 4 hours.
Yeah,
maybe,
3 to 4
being
hours a
generous.
day.
We were exaggerating.
Oh.
I was
Maybe.
like,
No,
wow.
I'm
In
exaggerating.
my mouth, it's like,
they're there
I don't
to
think
be-
I've ever worked 3 hours
Well, we're
any
saying
day.
we're
You're
supposed to
an
be there 8
executive,
hours a
right?
day, but you
I
actually
know,
work
right?
4.
Yeah, you don't get into big time management and Workway without working your butt off, So when you get back to this team approach that Workway takes, let me go back to the first call. I call up, I heard the show, Workway on Job Talk 1. I'm interested in moving to Fort Lauderdale. What happens next?
Okay, so we're going to put you in touch with our Fort Lauderdale office, probably first and foremost. If you do not want to start here, you want to make that move, we're going to connect you with the Fort Lauderdale team.
Be nice if he gave me a first class ticket. to Fort
Yes, well, that might not happen,
Oh.
but we'll definitely put you in touch with the right people.
I love Pittsburgh too.
Well, the other thing
Well, we
can
could
do,
send you there.
Yeah,
To
first
reopen
class.
that's his job. You reopen the Pittsburgh
There you go.
location
office,
and
yes.
'Cause
send
you
the
love
coach
it.
there.
what I was going to say is, if someone is interested in relocating, we can also introduce them just to our direct hire team, and they work positions across the country.
They do?
Yes.
So seriously, if I call Workway and I'd like to move to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Could you find me a job in Coeur d'Alene,
Are you a
Idaho?
potato farmer?
I could be. I've got a lot of skills, girl. I got a lot of skills.
I had no idea.
Have you ever seen it? You know where potatoes grow?
In the ground.
In the ground, yeah. And there's a lot of potatoes in Idaho. The show is called Job Talk 1, Job Talk 1. Tommy Cairns and the coach. Tommy was the HR director for NBC, so if you want to work in the movie studios, call Workway and they'll call. You guys don't do anything in the entertainment, do you?
We do. I actually
Seriously?
work quite a bit with entertainment personally, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So Workway could help me in the entertainment business?
Not as a movie star.
Oh,
And we know that's what you want to
So
do.
we could,
Exactly.
I think you're
So we
making a
couldn't-
statement here.
we couldn't name the companies, but can you name the sectors? So you mentioned media, obviously, entertainment, and you had banking and finance. Any other?
I would say-
And you also go into Orange County, right?
We
Or
do.
Yes.
you? So,
We do.
And San Diego.
Okay.
We also work with distribution companies, beauty, I would say.
Beauty?
Beauty industry.
What do you do for the beauty industry?
Placement, finance,
No, I mean,
and
what could I do
accounting.
in the beauty industry?
I think you could model.
Oh, girl, I'm starting to like you. Oh, yes, I could model, couldn't I? That's Andrea Morosa with Workway, and oh, you guys make me laugh. You're coming next week because Tommy's not going to be here. You know, he's a professor at Azusa Pacific.
That's
what do you,
awesome.
Tommy? What do
It
you
is.
teach down there?
I teach in the graduate school of business, mostly HR related
No kidding.
subjects. Yeah.
Could I take? I have some graduate classes under my belt at UCLA. Could I take some stuff? What do you offer at Azusa Pacific?
The degree program, you mean?
Yeah, what do you
we
offer?
offer a master's in business administration and then a master's in business management. So those are our two graduate business degrees.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, 298.
And accounting, excuse me.
Oh, and accounting.
Forgot
So
about
we
that.
should come and talk
Yeah.
to your class.
You should,
probably.
absolutely.
Yes, we should.
Can we all three of us come in?
Yeah.
We can.
I'm going to
Yeah.
start at Workway.
Can you bring your microphone?
I love my microphone.
I know, I can tell.
298-5487. If you want Jersey Mike's, Lori will answer the phone. 2 regular subs. All you have to do is call up 298-5487. Tell Lori which store you want to go to, and she'll make sure you get your subs. Our wonderful guests will be back hopefully many times, and hopefully next week to fill in for Tommy Boy. And next week we have a connector. I call him he calls himself a connector, but do you ever work with agents? I mean,
No.
Haven't.
I really believe most people should have an agent like myself. I'm an agent. Now, I'm pretty expensive. I mean, I'm 20 to 30 grand if you're looking for a job and you don't want to, I'll hook you up with Workway.
We are not paying him
it's-
for that.
Right. Just call us
Just saying.
direct.
Oh, yeah, save the 30 grand. Call Workway directly and save the 30 grand.
Eliminate the middleman. in
Right.
that process.
So where are we with salaries? Where are we with people getting raises? I hear one thing. Tell us the truth. Are people getting raises?
I was going to say, yeah, we're starting to see that come back into play. There was a time when, there was cost containment from about 2010, and that seems like a long time ago, but it's taken a long time for even employers to recover. Everybody took such a terrible hit, but we are now starting to see cost of living increases coming into play, even with our temporaries who are working a temp assignment or temp to hire. We go to bat for them. So if they've been in the seat for a long period of time, we were talking before the show, Andy had a temporary in the seat for 2 years. I had a temporary at the same job. Well, I'm sorry, at the same company, transferring into different positions, but he had been there for 7 years. So clearly, we need to go to bat for our employees if the client's not ready to hire them on a full-time basis, but their jobs description changes. Maybe they get more duties as they get more familiar with the client. So we definitely work with, the Workway is that we work with our employees to make sure that they have.
Easy for you to say.
I know, right? So that they have an opportunity to have increases in pay even if they're working on a temporary basis.
All right, so I call Workway tomorrow. You guys find me a job. Are there any benefits?
We do provide benefits. Yes, we have medical benefits. We pay sick pay. We also have a 401k that's available after a period of time. So there are some things that you do have with us while you're working on a temporary basis. But again, as we mentioned, the majority of people today are looking for direct hire.
Now,
job.
I would be
Yes.
very temporary and sick most of the time.
Well, then you might not be working for very long.
No, but how many days do you need to get sick pay?
Oh, well, it's there isn't a timeline to it as far as how many days you have to work. It's available to you. It's now a California law that employers need to provide it, so it's available to you from the day you start.
Now, if I come to work for you and have a baby, do I get that baby time off too?
Not as a temporary employee.
Not as a temp, no.
Oh, I thought you were going to say as a male.
well,
that
not as a
too.
male. Yeah.
Oh, males can
But-
get Tommy. Males can get.
Yeah. Just yeah.
No, I'm not going to get
It's a
pregnant.
family
no,
leave,
I was
right?
gonna
Is that what
say-
you were
Family
saying,
leave.
lady?
I was
Family
going to
leave, there we
say,
go.
Right.
Coach,
I was
if you're
gonna say
having
be-
a baby, I want to be your agent.
I was going to say before the coach calls you, which I know he's going to call you before the show
Workway,
is
I
over.
love it. I love what Workway's doing,
Do
Tommy.
you perform background checks?
Oh, we do.
Yes, on all of our employees.
There we go,
background check.
coach.
We do.
I don't know.
I'm out.
Yeah.
He's out.
And that's
out.
very
I wanted
unique.
to save you. I wanted to save
No, I had a good batting
Thank
average.
you.
They're
Thank
going
you,
to
Tom.
find out I was a lousy fielder, but I had a good batting average. So the fine folks at Workway, the executives, Susan Deneau and Andrea Moroso are here, and hopefully they'll come back next week. This is a concept that I really, really like. That's why I put them on today. I want you to hear what they're doing, because if you're unhappy, you're disgusted with your boss, call Workway. They're local. They're right here in our backyard. 818. Let me give out their number. Direct line 818. You got a pencil? I'll give you a chance to get a pencil. 818-844-2928. 844-2928. If you're disgusted with your job,
I'm programming that into my
Or you-
smart
I
phone
know,
right,
right?
now.
844-2928. Not only do you don't have to be disgusted, but how about a better career? How about
Right.
changing careers? Dude,
Right.
how many
Right.
people?
I was going to add
Susan,
that. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons why people look to us as a potential employer. Let's say, as an example, you're relocating. We do find a lot of people are moving into California. If you're in the military husband, military wife, you're in town for a short period of time, but have a skill set that you'd like to be able to go out and make some money. That would be another reason. If you're disgusted with your job, I don't do it as well as you do, but
disgusted.
that would be another reason. But sometimes you just need a change, or sometimes
Right.
it's a little harder for us if you're re-entering the workforce if you haven't been working for a while.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
why would you not be working for a while?
Oh, there'd be a lot-
Having
children.
time off for family.
Yeah, children, family,
Layoff.
someone ill in the family.
Okay.
Downsizing in an
Okay.
operation. So never ever usually. Baby's a good reason, but some of them aren't the best reasons for not working. But it depends on the skill. Again, I'm a firm believer that there's a job for everyone out there. It's just a matter of matching the right person to the right job.
Correct.
And that's where our expertise comes in, because we know the customer. And when you were speaking earlier about finding a placement, you were talking about the personality and someone not having a personality, or being like you where you have a big personality. If you don't have a robust personality, sometimes because we know our clients and the culture, that fits really well. Other times it doesn't. So knowing our clients really important when we're placing the people that come to us as well.
And I was going to say that with to piggyback on what Susan's saying, is that we have recruiters that help our candidates and tone their skill set, help them tweak their resumes and market them to the best of their ability. And Susan and I have the client relationship so that we can match the environment, the client need with the candidates and their talent.
All right, perfect. Going to come right back. We're going to end our segment with Workway with a very serious question, maybe a question that's a little embarrassing for me to ask, but I've got to do it. Stay tuned. Come on back. We're going to ask this question of Workway.
Excuse
You
me.
probably have the same question that I do.
I gotta go.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the show we call Job Talk 1. Pools by Ben. Pools by Ben. If you have a swimming pool, don't even think twice. Call Pools by Ben. Don't fool around. I did, and I'm really, my pool is unbelievable. Come on over and swim with me someday. Also, big shout out to you, Lisa. Lisa's Tax Service had some dental work today. Lisa's Tax Service keeps us on the air, and my very, very special friend Phil, You know who you are. Thanks for listening. All right, so I said before we went to the break, I have a very sensitive question, and I just found out from the staff that I've got to pass it through legal. So if you come back next week, Workway will be with me. I will ask them this extremely sensitive, complex, culturally oriented, sensitive question that I have to pass through legal.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
come back 2:00 next Tuesday. Soon, we're going to be on every single day of the week at 1:00. Can't wait for that happens. We're going to have an exciting show, Tommy, and hopefully Workway will be part of it. It's a new concept. It's a new way to find a career. It's a new way to be happier in your job. It's a new way to get away from the disgusting boss you have. Tommy, you have any comments? We got 1 minute left. I want to thank the ladies.
Yeah,
Susan
no, I
and
knew.
Tina.
I would like
This is fun.
and probably
We appreciate
something for our listeners as well is that who pays to be a part of Workway?
So
Save it for next week.
Save it for next week.
The cliffhanger.
Yeah, who pays for Workway, huh?
Dun, dun, dun.
Does the employer pay? Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. So you who are looking for a career, new job, you don't have to pay anything. Call Workway. Here's their phone number. Here it is, 818-844-2928. 844-2928. 818 is the area code. 844-2928 if you're looking for a new career in real estate, finance, banking, a lot of professional stuff. They get paid by the employer. They do all the work for you. They interview you. They get your resume. You help people with a resume, right?
Yes, we do.
I can't stand resumes. We'll save that for next week. We'll get into it next week.
Oh, okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
real reason
excellent.
why resumes don't work. So
We talked
see you next week on Job Talk 1.
Bye.